Okay, here we go. I most definitely extremely pissed off at this one. We got Bill Maher versus Stan Lee. Guess who I'm going with? Fuck Bill Maher. Hope this guy's fucking dick falls off. Or someone kicks him severely in the balls. That they fall off. Don't go messing with my man Stan Lee. Alright? Every kid needs a superhero, from Aquaman to Spider-Man to Captain America to the Mighty Hulk. And everybody else he threw it. Even the villains I like, because what's a superhero without their villains? It's just too bad you're a villain that is not acceptable to be a villain, and you should just go fucking make your prick fall off and go drown yourself in a fucking pond of water with fucking jellyfish. Hope they sting you. You look like SpongeBob. But anyways, let's not ramble on about too much about old up the hill Mar. Ain't worth my breath. But I have to say this, though. You know, back in the day when HBO first came out, I have to mention them. Sorry. I'm a comedy freak, from Richard Pryor to Eddie Murphy, you know, to all the greats up till now, Jim Carrey, Chevy Chase, you know, Dan Aykroyd, fucking Bill Murray. I mean, come on, the list goes on and on with great comedians from that era. Then they say, new comedy show with Bill Maher. I remember it like it was yesterday. And wouldn't you know, I goes to watch it. And I'm only 9, 10 years old at the time. But I'm thinking, new comic, let's see what he seems like. I don't know, I gotta tell you, man, I grew up before my childhood was over, even though I did enjoy my childhood. But I grew up fast. Whenever I seen this guy's fucking puss come on the TV, he wants to quick the judge. Let's quick the judge on this piece of shit. Gonna fucking ramp and rave. This is a comic fucking guy who needs comic, whatever. You know what? Is a man that was talked about the Boston Marathon, and there was only 3 lives lost. What's the big deal? Because, geez, 3 lives happen every day in a car accident. How about maybe one of, these 3 people were friggin' not only were killed by fucking terrorists, you asshole. Maybe someone should blow you up, you fucking asshole, and see how you like it. In ways I hope you survive, and then you get blown up, lose a limb or something, just like them people. And let's see every day how you feel towards terrorism. That's something I hope happens to you. Why? Because of the fucking ridiculous things he said. And even back on his old TV show, ridiculous things he said. I mean, his snooty looking face, you just want to punch it, for one. The comments he came out on, people, and especially when they're fucking dead. I know you're a comedian, and yes, you got the rights to, but there's a limit after someone dies that you go on to say stupid, especially in a marathon bombing. Let's not forget them comments that man said. But anyways, onward from this douchebag, Stan Lee. Now, back in the day, man, when I used to watch them and read his comic books, I mean, it was the greatest thing in the world. A man that can a hero that fights crime, beat up bad guys, oh, hell yeah. And with my mind and what I think of bad guys, you know, they didn't even have in the cartoons back then, but, you know, I would think of things like that. People who murder and stupid shit. But, you know, even when you get your toys back then, they were fucking, I had one of them eyes things, projector things that you put up to the light. Spider-Man it was. And one of the little square boxes that used to set in this little round, you know, slideshow casing that you slid right into that thing, and was like Spider-Man flying through the city on his web, and the building standing tall, and just how the sun set in there. I used to love how that made me feel. I felt like I was in that picture. 3D, I forget what the little projector slideshow screen thing. Of course, you needed ultimate sunlight to see everything, but, you know, and even watching the Hulk in the books, picking up this, slamming that, and then when, you know, Lou Ferrigno came out as the real Hulk, you know, it was just badass. You know, and inspiring stuff. And, you know, back in the day, TV shows had a concept. Even told a story. Not only just going out to fight bad guys, but Stan Lee used to put in his comics, you know, how that person felt that day, or, you know, every ordinary day life. And you want to talk about bringing something to life, man. He was a wizard at that. And, I mean, no words can explain when a genius dies. And then I was hearing something about how he went to the book writers or whatever he was dealing with back in the days. Or I read about a teenage boy that becomes Spider-Man and fights crime, and the guys all looked at him and said, what the hell? They thought he was nuts. Stan Lee, you're nuts. But it's that nuts, crazy, insane look at things that sometimes makes the best come out. Because you know what? You gotta think about it. Sometimes, I don't know, I never looked up on Stan Lee's life of what he was like and was as a child. But if that man definitely has street smarts, then that man definitely knows, you know, coming from the bottom of the barrel and writing about crime fighters and reading in, or whatever he used to do, whether reading about crime or living in the middle of the city with the crime and just bringing it to life. That's graduating from the College of Street Knowledge. A new little thing. It might be out there. I'm not copywriting it, but that's where I was raised. And I had that before I even graduated from high school. So I mean, I could just imagine where Stan Lee comes from. Just to put you in the middle of the crime in the city and everything right there at the dead moment. And, you know, genius at its best. You know, just like Edgar Allan Poe, a deadbeat drunk, just a drunk, you know, but brilliance with the words of writing, bringing out great poetry and stories. And, you know, Stan Lee, hey, brought it to the childhood table. So I'd like to give my big, huge, honored salute to Mr. Stan Lee. A great moment of silence. And as for you, Bill Maher, all terrorists come and blow your legs off, and you're bound to a wheelchair or bound to a prosthetic leg, and see how you like it. And whatever you may read, whether it be the news of the world, is right in your little stupid TV show. May all your ratings drop. But anyways, what a thing to say after a man just died. What a thing to say after people just... And who knows what else has been said from this man after they've died in disrespect and disgrace. No more words for that. Stan Lee, rest in peace, my man. See you on the other side. And thank you for the great characters that have brought lots of joy in my life. Out.